Hey, casual tutorial time. Let's bring it back to basics. Okay, the first side-style trick you're going to learn is the breakaway, and the second one you're going to learn is the trapeze. The third one you probably learn is a flip. That happens to be the forward flip. The way you can remember is the forward flip is that notice that from the breakaway, the yo-yo keeps going in that same direction. So a forward flip is when you go from the breakaway into the trapeze, keep that motion going to do the flip. So the way that I usually think of that is I think of swinging the yo-yo using my non-throw hand. You can pull that around. Whereas the back flip is going in the opposite direction, and I think of that as leading with the throw hand. You tuck the throw hand forward, and then you follow with the non-throw hand. That's the way I do it anyway. Another thing to consider is that you can do flips from the undermount. I'm not as good at them, and if you know front style, it's like the brain twister. I'm not good at brain twisters, but the thing that's worth noting, undermounts in general on a side style is a thing you can use. They're not super common, but they can be interesting enough, so don't be afraid to use them, like when you're coming up with your own combos. Just example of a random undermount thing. Let's say you undermount, undercut there, and now you're there. I'm sure you can think of something interesting to do from there. Okay. So now let's talk about a few different ways you can use flips in your own combos and stuff. One thing is to use it sort of just as an idle, sort of when you land you can sort of do a flip before doing whatever else you were planning on doing. So let's say that what I wanted to do was get into a 1.5 and then, I don't know, do something. Like that's just, a random basic combo I like doing. You could start from a flip just to give it a little more motion to start. Okay, and that was with a forward flip. You can do the exact same thing with a back flip. Okay, and that's an example of a combo that isn't too hard, but looks much better if you start it with a flip. Just everything there looks more dynamic than just going like that. And I hope that's one use for the flip. And then another one that you might not think of is you can use it to change the momentum and put the yo-yo where it needs to be. So one example might be, let's see a good example. So let's say my goal is I want to get into this arm trapeze here. Now you can do that from a breakaway, like that, or from a standstill, you can sort of crank it up like that, but you could do it much more elegantly by, say, doing an undermount flip first. So, since I don't think I mentioned it yet, that particular undermount flip, which I like a lot, is, so start from trapeze, come off on this side, undermount with your non-throw hand facing you, and then unmount that way. So that's an example of a way to get into that arm trapeze in a way that looks much more interesting. And the reason that you can do that is because that gets the yo-yo spinning in the correct direction, but also it moves your hand up into the space where it needs to be. See, puts your hand up here to where it needs to be to place the string around your arm. So that's a cool thing you can do with it. Then lastly, flips are just fun. You can use flips for their own sake. You can make your own combos exclusively using flips. So let's say, for example, if I just want to string 3 flips together, let's say that I do a back flip, then I do my undermount flip, then a front flip. And that's already a pretty fun combo, and you can find interesting ways to get into that from other moves, and you can think of interesting places to go from that. So just to repeat that combo one more time, back flip, under mount, front flip, then you can do whatever you want from there. So anyway, TLDR, flips on the Sidestyle, both front and back and undermount flips are interesting, and you should consider them. They can be used in your combos, they can be used for utility purposes like changing the momentum of the yo-yo, and they can be used just for fun. Anyway, hope you liked it. If you did like it, subscribe on YouTube, that's cool. Leave a comment or a like on YouTube or Reddit. That helps me. You can leave requests if you have other things you want me to cover, and if you have been, thanks for watching.